In our last video, we talked about finding the area of a rectangle. Today, I want to talk about finding the area of a more complex shape like the one we have here. The first thing that I do is I try to figure out the length of any missing sides. For example, this side right here and this side right here don't have a length. So the best way to do this is to look at the vertical lines and the horizontal lines that we do have labeled. So if we take a look at our horizontal lines first, we know the length of this bottom line right here, and we know this one right here. Now, if we take a look at the two top lines, the 6-foot one and the one that we don't know, we know that those two lines, when we add them together, so the sum of those two lines is equal to this bottom one here. So that means that this 6 feet plus whatever my missing one here is going to add up to 12 feet. So 6 plus something is going to be 12. Well, we take a look at that. We know that 6 is that missing number. So that means that 6 is going to go right here. So we know that this missing length is 6 feet. Now we can do the same thing when we talk about the vertical lines. So if we take a look at the vertical lines, we know this is 6 feet right here on this side. We know that this is 6 feet. And remember that the sum of the two vertical lines on the right side is going to be the same as the sum of the vertical lines on the left side right here. So we know that this 6 right here and this 6 right here, when added together, is going to equal this length right here. So 6 plus 6 is 12. Then we know right here that this is 12 feet. Okay, so now that we've figured out all the lengths of all the sides, now what we do is we see if we can create rectangles in here, because we know how to figure out the area of a rectangle. And that's the only thing that we know at this point in 4th grade. So we know how to find area for a rectangle, and that's area equals length times width. So in order to use this, we have to figure out how to create rectangles out of here. So here's one way that we could do it. We can cut this shape in half just like this. And if we take this top half right here and rewrite it as a rectangle up here, we can find the length and the width. So we know that the length is 6, and we know that the width is 6. So taking length and width, we multiply those together like we do, then we'll figure out the area. So 6 times 6 equals 36. So that way we know that the area of this rectangle, or this section right here, is 36. We can do the same thing for the rectangle down here at the bottom. So we can rewrite this guy over here and figure out the length, which is 12. We know that the width is 6, and then we're just simply multiplying 6 times 12. And if we multiply 6 times 12, we figure out that that's 72. So the area for this rectangle here, or this section right here, is 72. Now, all that I have to do is add these two areas together, and I'll find the total area for this complex shape. So I'm just taking 36 and then adding 72 to that, and I find out that the area of that shape is 108, and our units is feet, and because we're dealing with area, it's going to be squared. So the area for this complex shape is 108 feet. So the big things to remember when we have complex shape is to see if we can find rectangles inside those shapes, so that we can use this operation right here, that area equals length times width, and then we'll be okay.